Yo. All right. Today is um, January 23rd, 2025. I took one trade today, and then I stayed out of the market afterwards. Um, I was a little off with my risk and reward. I was able to finish positive today. Um, so basically, ebbing and flowing between um, just ebbing and flowing really. So this is one trade made up for all the losses on Tuesday, where I took what, one, two, four trades. 28, 75, just one trade. No, that's not what I took. It was the 23rd. 78, 75. Just one trade here. So kind of still break even for the week, more or less, with commission. Um, 74, 73, actually. What is this? I gotta write 74, 73. 78. 74, 73. Alright, so I thought I had gotten a little bit more. I wanted more out of this trade, but I was getting uneasy as price was reaching my desired point area. So 39 is where I exited. And I held this one for like almost another close to 10 minutes. So let's go to the live stream and go over the trade. The trade came in at 10:07. So what I was seeing before 10:07. Um, let's go to the actual charts. All right. Okay. So I noticed that as you can see that we had a bit of a downtrend. So I was hoping for a price to reject somewhere around here. Okay, here it is. I ain't too much mark any of these. I didn't think I could have find anything. I think that's right. They would have find anything. Also way over here. 1 minute. All right. This is pretty good. This is good. Okay. So as you can see, on the higher time frame, well, even though we didn't higher time frame on NQ, we kind of cleared most of this. We still had this area here for sale for NQ. ES cleared its here on the 15. Didn't have anything here on the 30. We came here to this RSI pause and we bounced very nicely during the pre-market session, and then during the open session we kind of held yesterday's low, right? um and then we're getting positive green buying. We had red buying, but we had positive green buying again. And I think my trade came around 11, around 10, I think 10:07. So about 30 minutes after the market opened, we had some strong buying, and I said, okay, we're probably gonna go long. A lot of strong buying here. Strong buying here on NQ. This was a little bit iffy that the 30-minute had red and the 15-minute here had red here. Um, but I was just looking at the size of these candles, seeing that price was not moving down, seeing that we had an area of aggressive selling that I was very interested in price going to see if price would reject. So those are the things that I was factoring in. And then um, as we still had all of this to clear, and Q was down here with a lot of buying. We wasn't really moving high, but the rejections weren't as strong, right? We dumped here, and I said, okay, well, price didn't really dump further down. It kind of looked like it's absorbing it. We had a lot of buying here. We're holding this buying, um, and we're holding all of this here, right? We're holding this area where price has bounced off of and just holding. So I'm just like, we clear most of this, I'm probably just gonna go long. We came to these RSI bottoms that we're bouncing off of. So as I zoom in, I notice that we had absorption, another absorption, then we had strong buying at the open. Price moves up, come back down to it, and then looks like we're absorbing. I saw strong selling, then I saw absorption. I said, oh, not absorption, but I saw this. I said, okay, well maybe we're going to hold. All right. I saw this forming because I entered at 10:07, right? Entered at 10:07. I got ahead of myself, right? My entry would have been around at 15, but I entered before. I saw that we were holding this area here, and my stop loss was around the lows. I think 11, right? I'm not sure if I had this up. I'm gonna have to look at the charts. Hopefully I did. If I didn't, then it's something to add to it. But we can see that we had nice absorption there, and pretty much it, right? So let's go to the actual video. That way I can see what I was thinking. And I'm gonna make this play a little faster. What this quality looks like. Crap. Sheesh. It's supposed to be 1080p. Alright. Gotta work with what you got. Quality is not the best, but this is where I entered here. You can see that looking at the 5 minute, looking at the 1 minute, looking at NQ come down here, and look, it's bouncing off of it. Right, I had buying over here. Selling doesn't look as strong, so I like what I'm seeing here with this candle. There we go. So price started to like really pick up. So I had to. I like to sell. It looked like we sold into an area where we're bought at, and like we're absorbing it. So I bought there. And then price starts to really push up. Go forward a little bit, and then I added a little bit later. Price pushed down, and then I added again. I like the fact that we came and bounced off of the this is why I entered. I entered because we had selling into the trend line of absorption, and also where price bought. We had a nice selling, and then it looks like price was dumped down and was ready to go back up, and I had my stop loss under here. That's the reason why I entered. And also continuing, I was like, okay, well, because price was moving around for 30 minutes, I said we're probably just gonna move up here before we reject. So I try to do a quick scalp. So price starts to go, it pushes down one more time, and I add to it at 33. So price hasn't gone yet. Add to it at 33. We get another push down. Price push down. I'm drawing my trend line. I was ready for price to go. Price had a strong push down back into this buying area here, an absorption area. I'm getting iffy. I'm about ready to exit my trade. I am nervous as heck right here. I said, wow, we are really creeping. We might just tap me out, but I'm seeing that NQ is still staying strong. ES is freaking me out here, but I see that we have buying volume, buying volume, buying volume. A little bit of selling here on the ES, right? So that's really freaking me out, but buying volume on NQ is holding. So yes, I'm a little freaked out, but I'm hoping that this here where we had strong buying and absorption, all of this holds. And I was thinking about moving my stop loss a little bit lower to the bottom of this absorption area, but I said I need to watch it play out. Finally, we push back up. I like that we pause that to the actual candle. So I didn't have this thing on here. I'm going to blind us for a minute with that information. Alright, so I like how we kind of like rounded out here, and then price started to push. Right, I like how price was rounding out. It was rounding out, and then push. Because we broke out of this trend line, we rounded out and it started pushing back up, and that's what really caught my attention to enter again. Price really starts to ramp it up, and I'm loving it. Now I'm just waiting for RSIs and volume to kick in right for my exit. I take my first exit at the level here, where we hit it very quickly and came down, and I took my two exits out, and because we had a bit of rejection, that's what I was looking forward to, but we did. We also had green RSI here for NQ, which we're still at a selling point, so I have to respect the fact that, and I didn't mark it, so I have to respect the fact that we're at a selling point, that maybe price might decide to dip back down, and I don't want this to come from almost 10 points, um, for 6 points, looks like almost 6 points, to being a loser or break even. So I took the exit there, and then I held it to one, and then we came to here right next to my exit area, and we kept dancing. We kept dancing. We kept dancing. We kept dancing. I said, "Oh well, I'm gonna just exit the trade." Um, and I think I had already exit the trade. No, I was trying to go to 23. Right, this is 23 right here. All right, price comes to 22, 22.7, 22.7, 22.7, 23-ish, and it's like dancing. I had my thing set for it to exit me out the trade. It kept dancing. It kept going just like that. Kept dancing, not actually fully hitting that absorption area. Still dancing. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna exit the trade. I'm getting too much dancing going on. I just took my exit there. This is where I really wanted to take my full on exit. As you can see, we never touched it. And then we touched it after I exit, right? Sucks. Alright, then we popped up. This is where I wanted both my exits to come out. All three of my exits to come out. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 25, I believe. So about 5 more points on these and about 1 more on that one would have been great, and that would have really given me what I needed and what I wanted. But I didn't want to be greedy, trying to get in, because we already had one green RSI, and that's just enough for me to like say, okay, let's get rid of the exit. Even though I like to see multiple RSIs to say that we're actually moving, because we came from no RSI to RSI showing. And then if we continue watching, we see that price bounced around this area for a while, and then it finally broke a little higher. Then we're getting more RSIs, right? So this is what I could have waited for, getting RSIs on this side here as well. Like I said, this is not very clear. I'm not sure why it's not clear. And I said we're probably pushing up because Trump is speaking. Or Trump was about to speak, and then we're getting a lot of RSI greens here, buys, lot of RSI green to buy, not really much on NQ. And then I went to the White House thing. Trump has this playing on the White House thing. America is back. Yeah, so he has that going on, and then from there we have this playing. Probably can't even really see what's said on this anymore because it's not as clear I thought it was gonna be. But the market just kept rising until we hit yesterday's sell-off point that happened midday. Right, did not expect that to come. And then so a few things that I noticed is that when we had this strong RSI up, we had an absorption candle for an actual entry, and then price moved up from there, and price came back and re-nicked it, and then moved up, came back down, and then moved up here, and then we had a solid sell-off, right? So that's something to look forward to. Like we have this RSI here followed by more RSI, then we have an entry point right there, right? Because I already thought about entering right here. I did. We had a buy and we had the sell. All right, I think this is the sell right here. Yeah, I thought about entering again right here, and if I did enter this trade, I'm gonna put this like this. That's a lot. Clear. How do I clear the drawings? Or is it not clearing? All right. So if I did enter here, you know, like that, I would have got stopped out horribly. That would have really pissed me the heck off, and then price would have just went, right? So something for me to think about is that when I do have my levels and I'm looking for a re-entry, you can see how price came down. Came down to that last RSI right here. Boom, right? It skipped the ones that from the 5 minute. It skipped those. Came down to the bottom one, because this is, like I said, I would have wanted entered here. Really where I would have wanted to enter. After this one, enter right down here. Stop loss probably look soon. Try to see price moves up, but it's about what, almost like less than a point, something like this, right? More or less. But we can see that if I were to put this thing back up, that we have absorption, right? We dig deep, took whatever we wanted out, boom, we have absorption, and then I can enter like that. All right, so now let's balance. Let's remove that for now. Let's hide it for now. All right, so yeah, so instead of being stopped out, I would have been, you know, I had to make sure that my stop loss below these RSIs. Another thing for me to remember is that if I have RSIs within RSIs, the lowest of the RSIs should be the stop loss area. So if I wait for my absorption, boom, now I'm risking, you know, 3 points, and price moved up a nice gain, a 12, right? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 4 to 1. This would have been a nice trade to have been in, and this would have been my cue to enter. We had an absorption, probably we're ready to go. And I've noticed that the absorptions have been praying pretty well, and this would have been a very good one to have been in. 2 to 1 right to the top, and then we just hold this. Probably have, you know, if I'm trading the same way, pull back. I like this one. Enter here. That one's moving up. Look like it moved up. So our entry can be here. Pull back. Entry here. Pull back. Maybe one more entry. Right. So that'd be 4. Typically I just do 3 most. But boom. You know. Hold that. And now I'm just like, okay, hopefully that goes up, and then price pushes up. And then exit on this one here. Somewhere around here. 10 points, risking 3 points, right? This is 2 to 1, that's 6. So about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So about a 3 to 1, which would have been nice to get, you know, all of this, you know, 4 on that one. 5. Yeah, that would have been a nice trade-off. So, but this absorption here at this level feels like I just found a little gold mine piece that I can probably just run with. So I'm hoping that I'm able to work with that. That way I can say, okay, I have my RSI levels. Is there an absorption? Boom, enter. All right, buy, pull back, absorption, push back up. Kind of like what we had down here. You know, we had the absorption happening. This one came from this one here. We have absorption, and push up. Because I was looking for sales, and we didn't get sales. We got buying instead. So, all right. So that's it for me for today.